Hey there, you're watching another episode of Procurement Shorts, where we discuss all that's impacting procurement and the global supply chain. Let's take a look at some key commodities making news today. The global wheat shortage just got a bit grimmer, with the United States warning of less than ideal harvest this year. The world's fourth largest wheat producer has forecast supply of just about 1.18 billion bushels. That's 7% lower than its output in 2021. The shortfall comes on the back of a heat wave and drought that has gripped the United States, impacting spring wheat harvests in states like Idaho, Minnesota, Montana, Washington, North and South Dakota. The winter wheat harvest hasn't been spared either, with the USDA's Agricultural Statistics Board predicting a fall in production. The good news, though, is that the 1.18 billion bushel prediction is up 1% from an initial forecast in May, which had America's harvest at lower levels. The shortage has prompted wheat prices on the Chicago Board of Trade to surge 50% to end at over $13.6 a bushel. Wheat supplies have been under pressure ever since the Russia-Ukraine crisis threatened to clamp down on a global wheat supplies, and India banned exports of the grain. The situation has posed a threat to food security in regions like Africa and the Middle East. In order to ease supplies, U.S. President Joe Biden has said that America is actively looking at building temporary wheat silos on the Ukraine-Poland border. The plan comes as Russia continues its naval blockade in the Black Sea, preventing 25 million tons of Ukrainian wheat from finding an export route to the global supply chain. America's plan involves getting wheat from Ukraine past land borders and transporting it across Europe into the Atlantic Ocean, free of Russian intervention. The market for liquefied natural gas, or LNG, just got boost in the European Union. The EU wants the commodity to replace millions of tons of Russian gas that have seen strict sanctions. The EU hopes to import an additional 15 billion cubic meters, or BCM, of LNG by the end of 2022, with an eye on increasing supplies to 50 BCM before 2030. Availability aside, it's easier to transport LNG. It's gas that's cooled down to minus 162 degrees centigrade, thereby reducing volumes and easing transports to markets like the EU, which imports nearly 90% of its natural gas requirements. Europe's sourcing is also diverse since LNG is produced by countries like the US, Qatar, Egypt, Israel, Nigeria, and Australia. However, there are some downsides too. Increased demand has seen Asian LNG spot prices breach $38 per MMBTU this week, even as scramble for tankers has ensued owing to a spike in demand. Analysts say prices will remain high as long as war-related disruptions continue. LNG is also polluting fuel and will impede Europe's sustainability goals. It's also selectively advantageous to coastal markets in Western Europe with LNG terminals, while central and eastern states could fall back on Russian imports. The sky-high prices of natural gas are expected to have a directly proportional effect on those of fertilizers, which have already seen prices go up by 50% since February. According to Italian economist and author Enrico Colombato, fertilizer prices will remain high even if supply chain bottlenecks ease and grain production increases. And that's on account of natural gas prices, among a couple of other geopolitical factors. Colombato said, and I quote, "In the near future, prices may rise even further. The issue is not the amount of fertilizers and grain available in the world, but their price and the political, logistical, and financial difficulties that prevent them from being shipped to large, low-income importers." End quote. There is, however, good news. A blockade on Russian fertilizer exports has given rise to an organic fertilizer market. According to market research firm Coherent Market Insights, the market for the commodity could touch $12.5 billion by the end of 2027 at a growth of 7.2% CAGR. Key producers in the US and Europe could turn procurement sources for organic fertilizers with names like Italpolina SPA and Biochem SPA in Italy leading the way, while US headquartered brands like Scott's Miracle Grow and Sigma AgriScience will target exports to Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. That's about all the time we have on Procurement Shorts. Thanks for watching, and remember to log into BureauLive.ai to stay informed of all that's happening in this space. Until next time, it's goodbye from us.